Okay, we're doing a little impromptu read. I got taken out of my activities to do this, so it feels important to do. This is for September and the foreseeable future. Whenever you come across this, it will resonate if this is when you're supposed to see it. But specifically for September 2025, the energy is frenetic. The energy is all over the place. And what we really want to be anchoring into right now is the present moment. At all times, how can you bring yourself back to the now? How can you bring yourself back to what is happening around you, what is happening to you? I had this moment today where I was feeling so frenetic and I just laid on the ground. I put on some binaural beats or some very soothing music, and I just allowed my body to ground itself in, to really just feel the energy of the now. And in about 10 minutes, I got myself back in order. So this month is really about how can we ground ourselves the most, because there's so much going on and we're going to be asked, or we're going to be pulled in so many different directions. And to the extent that you can ground yourself every day, at every single moment that you feel yourself out of sorts, is the extent to which you'll be able to go through this month with a lot more ease and a lot more grace. I'm thinking to record some grounding meditations and grounding audios so that people can just like tune in whenever they feel very frenetic and very all over the place. But it really feels right now like our energy wants to be pulled in a million directions because all the downloads are coming in, all the ideas are coming in, or you're being asked to be in so many different places at once. And the game is really how grounded and how centered can you be? How in the moment can you be? How can you just push everything away with the practices that you instill for yourself, whether that's meditation, whether that's going on a walk, whether that's making a really hearty meal? That's a big one for this month as well. Nutrition, hydration, everything that can bring ourselves from the crazy down into Mother Earth, down into peace and calm. The second theme that I was hearing about this month was authenticity. You're going to be tested over and over and over to see how authentic you're being with yourself and how authentic you're being with your path. How much can you believe that what you're going through or what you are headed towards is actually what you're supposed to be doing? And how can you stay the course? How can all the distractions that are going on around you, maybe you have triggers that are coming in left and right from friends, family, wherever, how can you watch all of that, observe all of that, and say, okay, I can see that it's all coming in, I can see that it's all happening, but I know where I'm headed. I know what I'm doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's okay. This month will be a month of answers. This month will be a month of, I'm hearing awakening and enlightening. It'll be a month of, and we're already halfway through, so you've probably already felt this, but it will be a month of receiving answers. And to the extent that you can listen, you will be able to take them forward. Another thing is you might be receiving a lot of downloads and a lot of ideas or a lot of things to like take forward. And back to what my first message was is, can you just focus on one thing? Can you just focus on the one task at hand that is being presented to you? Because the more we allow ourselves to just be dispersed and be broken up into so many different pieces, is the extent to which we're going to feel so out of sorts and so confused and so lost and so like, I don't know what to do right now. So let me just crack my back. To what extent can you, one, ground yourself in all ways possible, whether that's journaling for you, whether that's meditating, whether that's every single moment that you feel frenetic, lay down on the ground. Just say like, okay, pause. Something I'm hearing really strongly right now is ask for support, not just from your friends and your family, but your astral team, your spirit guides, your higher self, your soul. They're always there to help you. They're always there to support you. And you just need to ask. You just need to come through and say, hey guys, I need help right now. Or hey guys, I'm feeling so much. I don't know what's going on. Please bring me back to myself. Please help me clear these energies. The thing with September and the thing with this month is that we are almost, I'm hearing it's like the little bridge between what was and what will be. And especially now that we're starting eclipse season is bringing almost like this tornado into our lives. And it's asking us to say, okay, where am I being so for real with myself? Where am I being really authentic with myself? Where am I leading a life that feels in alignment with me? And where am I leading a life that feels like orchestrated, manufactured, not in alignment with me? Your free will in this, your agency in all this is to say, okay, I can see where my life is actually taking the course that it's supposed to, and where my life is actually just not, where my life is feeling a little bit like constricting and not in alignment with the version of me that I am today. I want you to remember that at every point, every single day that you wake up, new things can happen, a new reality can emerge, a new version of you can come out. But to the extent that you allow that to happen is to the extent that it will happen. So if you're still replaying old mindsets, old loops, old realities, old ways of being, is the extent to which you're going to be creating that again over and over and over. So this month is really asking for us to get a little bit more serious. But before we get serious and we get acting, anchor, ground, come back to yourself over and over and over until it becomes so natural for you to be regulated, for you to be grounded, for you to be stable. And I'm hearing that new practices will come in for you. So don't, maybe the old ways that you've been like grounding yourself, or the old ways that you've been like regulating yourself don't really work anymore. That's okay and that's normal. New tools and new ways are going to start showing up for you, but you're going to have to be open to receive them. So maybe you want to start dancing more. Maybe you want to start running. Maybe you want to start painting, drawing, releasing all the energy in different ways that you haven't before. Allow yourself to explore those ways and don't question it so much. I think a big thing that my guides were trying to tell me today was we love to overplan. We love to ask so many questions. We love to like want to know all the answers to everything at all moments. And the energy that we're in right now is not allowing for us to go into those directions anymore. It's not allowing for us to like make these massive plans and execute in the moment, because there is so much coming in. So it's like, to what extent can you bring your energy back to yourself this month, really back to you? Like, what do you sound like? What can you hear yourself? That's the question that you should be asking yourself at every moment. Can I hear myself right now? And if I can't, what can I do in this very moment to hear myself again? A practice that I love, that I do often, is I just lay on the ground. I just lay on the ground. I turn everything off, sometimes even the lights. I lay myself down in the dark and I just let the earth hold me for a moment. I let the earth stabilize me for a moment. And the moment you feel yourself stabilizing, you're going to start hearing yourself again. You're going to start feeling the ticks, kind of like everything starts to just like align itself back into itself. I wish this month was, I wish I had a more exciting energy update, but this month really is frenetic and it's a lot. And we can navigate the a lot through our own regulation and through our own anchoring into Mother Earth. I'll be releasing some audios to help us bring ourselves back so that it can be a bit easier to move and navigate this energy and this current, especially because the next half, or the next 6 months after this month is over, is really going to supersede us into the next. It's really going to ask us to say, okay, now that you're grounded, now that you're stable, now that you have some sort of base, are you ready to start planting the seeds and start actioning on the seeds that you're planting for whatever you're building next? It's not to say that you don't have to take action this month. I think it's so much less about the difference is, it's so much less about just moving because you have to move, and moving with intention, moving with authenticity, moving with a heart-led path that feels true, not just to you, but to your soul and to your mission. I feel like a lot of souls this month are going to be activating into their plan, into their mission on this earth. And it's going to feel really confusing because it might look very different to the life that they're building, or it might look very different to the thing that they were planning for their life to look like. But you will win if there is any winning. You will win if you can listen and if you can just surrender. It feels like a scary time. I don't know why I'm hearing the word scary. It feels like a scary moving tectonites, moving plates. It feels like everything is kind of like up in the air, moving. But it's the most important month for us to get ourselves back into order. The summer was a lot. June, July, August. Maybe there was a lot of movement energetically or physically. September is saying, let's recoup. Let's bring the team back. Let's bring the energy back so that we can feel aligned again to start the next season. I had written some downloads, so let me see if there's anything else. The last thing I want to say is eclipse season is really, really important and very powerful. It's a very powerful time for you to look at the things that are coming to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, I want to be gone. I want to be moved on. I don't want to be this way anymore. It's very important for you to look at the things that are nagging you about yourself or about your life, which probably have been nagging you for a while. But this eclipse season is super, super, super powerful for you to actually look at them and say, I'm done with this. And it might not be an easy, I'm done with this. It might be like a process of like grief and letting go and letting that part of you just like kind of exit. But once you let that part exit and you allow the new to come in very gracefully, your new life will be able to be built on much more solid foundations because it's going to be so much more you and so much less who you think or what you think it has to be. Okay? Anyways, I hope this was helpful. Yeah. Stay tuned for the next downloads.